Thank you for visiting West Coast Auto Enthusiast. Today we're featuring a 2014 BMW 328 diesel sedan. It's got 35,000 miles on it. It's a single owner, clean title, clean Carfax, non-smoker's car. It's covered under the BMW factory warranty until July of 2018 or 50,000 miles. We can finance this car through Alaska Federal Credit Union. We can extend the warranty out another 6 years and up to 100,000 miles, and we welcome trades. So we really like the luxury line. The most noticeable part of that package is the wheels. It really changes the appearance of this car, and we like it. I mean, I think it's well named because it just looks more luxurious than your standard 3 Series. We bought this because it's a diesel. They get 35 miles to the gallon in the city, 43 miles to the gallon on the highway, and average 37 miles per gallon overall. Plus, they're fun to drive. So you've got front parking sensors. You can see those buttons on the front. You also have rear parking sensors on this. You've got a backup camera, navigation. This is our third 3 Series of this generation. And I've got to say, I'm a fan of the 3 Series again. They're very comfortable. They're loaded with equipment. And I think the quality and the luxury of this line has really come a long ways. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying that. So these ribs here, if you're looking at BMWs, means you've got comfort access, and that means you can open and close the door or lock the door without using the key. You can also start it. If you have the key in your pocket or in your handbag, it will automatically detect through a sensor that that's the case, and will allow you access. So anyways, I really think they hit it out of the park with this car. You'll see these buttons on the back, again, for the rear parking sensors. And then you've got a backup camera here. You can see just above the plate, and then the 328D for diesel. You also, this is, you've got a trigger up here and a trigger here, and that allows you to fold the rear seats down, so you have a pretty sizable trunk space, but you can also drop those seats flat, and that will allow you quite a bit more room. So, anyways, we have a wagon in here, a diesel wagon, and God, I think it's one of the nicest wagons I've ever been in. It's one of the nicest cars I've ever been in. And to say that about a 3 Series is, I mean, it's impressive. It's certainly not an entry-level line anymore. So I really like them. I like the way they look. I like the way they feel. I like the optional equipment in them. We really like the paint and interior combination of this car. The silver, it's got a dark wood trim on it, and then leather interior, black leather interior, which is very clean, which you would expect from any 2014 you're looking at. So here's we've got one master key and books for it. What I mean by that, so I'm just going to put this in my pocket, and you'll see it'll allow me to start the car. If you've got a button here to the left of the mirror adjustment, that means you've got power folding mirrors, which we have on this. That's nice if you're downtown. Keeps your mirrors from being damaged. You can see the car's in really good shape. We've got a sunroof. So, as I mentioned, dark wood trim. So this is all new. So this is something you can ride on now. That's kind of cool. So your iDrive system here, it does have a sport setting, so you can change this to eco mode or to sport mode. So this changes your shift configuration. It's a little more aggressive, a little different setting suspension wise, and when you hit that, you can see those things that are highlighted are going to change. And then also I think you've got I have a picture of it. It also allows you to do a it's got a torque and it's a torque and something else, an RPM, I can't remember, setting also on there for the dial. So you've got satellite radio, HD radio, you've got a very well equipped auxiliary or USB or Bluetooth connection as far as your stereo stuff or auxiliary stuff. You've got Bluetooth, and then your navigation. So a really nice setup for the new iDrive system. You can see by the trim, we like the color combination. As I mentioned, you've got dual heated seats. You have dual auto climate control. The thing about these are cool is that you can just scan over these, and you'll see that those buttons pop up on top of there. If I go back to the navigation, and you can program these to all different settings. So if I hit 2 again, see those buttons up to the right, and you can program those, and all you have to do is hover your finger over those. That's kind of a cool option. You have multifunction steering wheel. This is volume control, Bluetooth voice activation. You can scroll through your modes. Over here is your cruise control settings, driving lights, fog lights. 35,229 miles. You have a manual tilt and telescoping wheel. You have keyless go, so all you gotta do is hit that. Got the key in your pocket. You have the home link, so 3 buttons up here, programmable for security gates and garage door openers. And as I mentioned, sunroof. Oh, I've also got a backup camera, so, and front and rear parking sensors. So these are your parking sensors, and that's of course your backup display. Pretty nice. I mean, this is a very comprehensive computer system they have, and which is, you know, it's, I wouldn't say it's unique to BMWs. They've certainly come a long ways, but your media interface and all that stuff, you've got all kinds of stuff. You've got a hard drive on here. You've got your settings. You can go in and see. You've got a software update. You can program all these different settings. And then if you go to vehicle info, you can also go in here and you can see your it'll tell you how much you've got left on your brakes, your engine, your oil, all that stuff, so that's pretty cool. And there's your sports display. So there you go, power and torque. So that's a cool thing, as you're driving, you can track that stuff. So anyways, the electronics in cars are changing completely. You probably already know that if you're looking at this, but there's been a lot of progress made in the last 5 years. So if you've got questions or would like additional information on this particular car, please feel free to contact us. We can be reached at 503-227-2354. We'd like to thank you for visiting West Coast Auto Enthusiast.